What's up, Madsters? Today, I'm going to tell you guys how to get on America's Funniest Home Videos, because I don't know if you guys know this, but I sent in a video of myself and I got on the show. Look at this shirt. See? Look at that. So, it's just a nice little story time video, telling you guys like what my video was, how I did it, and like why I got on, because obviously it had to be funny. And so this is my video that I sent in. It's really good. So the backstory on that video, that was freshman year, so 2016, and I do high school gymnastics, so that was at high school state. And so for high school state, I was in the lineup to do bars and beam. And then, so we started on beam, and then one of my teammates got hurt, and she like fell and hurt her knee really bad, and then that teammate, her name's Kendall, she was supposed to go on beam, floor, and vault. And so since she fell on beam, she couldn't go to floor or vaults after. And so then my coach was like, oh my gosh, what are we supposed to do? Because she's supposed to go on the other events. He was like, okay, Maddie Kim, you're going to do floor. And see, the problem is that for high school and club, because I do both, they have different requirements. So I had just changed my high school floor routine back to my club. He was like, okay, Maddie, you're gonna do this floor. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is, man. And so I had like 2 minutes to warm up everything. Everyone else had like 20 minutes earlier that day to warm up, and I was just warming up in the middle of the meet. Like the head girl had to come out and time me, and I only got to warm up one of my 3 passes. So yeah, so then I was super nervous. And then I remember right before I went out to go do my floor routine, I started crying. I was like third up, and like the first person went and the second person was about to go, and I just started bawling, and it was so bad because I was really nervous and I was like stressing out because I had no time to warm up and I just got put on floor even though I changed my routine. It was just this big thing. But then I went. And my first pass, I do a round of flip-flop double full, and that was like the best one of all year. And the second pass, I was running. And I remember thinking this. I was running, and I'm like, oh, I ran too far. And so I'm like, oh, well, I'll probably land out of bounds and it'll be fine. But then I went. And then I remember I did my punch front, because it's called a round off 1.5 punch front. And I felt the basketball floor, because I landed right on that. And I just like flew into the crowd. And then I landed on this lady, and I like knocked down all that stuff. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And my coach is like, ah! But then I had like go back on the floor and finish my routine. And my last pass was a handspring front full. And all year I've been falling on it. But then I landed on my feet because I'm like, well, I just dove into the crowd then. And, you know, I gotta land on my feet now. I got done and I got off, and like everyone was laughing at me and I was laughing because it was hilarious. And I was like, in the middle of my routine, I went out into the crowd, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And then I'd go back and like finish it up, and it was all good. And then, so yeah, that was definitely the most memorable experience of probably my whole entire life. And after that, I was like laughing, and then I still had to do bars, but then we ended up doing really well. We won that year, which was awesome, but it was hilarious. And then my parents told me that next year, my sophomore year, they had other coaches and parents come up to them and be like, oh my gosh, was your daughter the one that flew into the crowd? And so a lot of people, they just like, hey, I remember last year when you like flew into the crowd. And I'm like, yeah, haha, that's funny. And it was funny, so yeah. That, my teammate Maddie, she was like, hey, you should probably send in that video because that's hilarious. And shout out to my brother Luke, who got that video on his phone, because without it, I would not have been able to send it in. But it's a great video. And so then I didn't really do anything with the video for a long time because I didn't really know what to do. But then one day I was watching America's Funniest Home Videos and I was like, hey, I'll just send it in. So it's like you just go on their website and it's basically like an online submission. And so I just did that. It didn't take too long. And I did that in about like January. And then in May, I heard back from them. Actually, maybe it was November when I sent it in. But then in May, I heard back from them. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting because it took so long. I didn't think that they'd ever, like, respond to me. Which I was like, okay, whatever. But then I watched it on TV and it was awesome. And it was so fun. Here's the TV one. Yeah, so that was on TV and it was so cool, and now I can say that I was on TV. And really, it's not that hard. I mean, I guess they have to, I don't really know how they choose the videos they put on the show, but it wasn't that hard to submit it. You just gotta have something that's really funny. And I love that story. That's just a great story. Here's my story time about my nice little fly out into the audience, and it was awesome. Oh, and another thing, for AFV, if your video gets on, then you get this shirt. It says America's Funniest Home Videos. And it was for free, so that's nice. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any funny videos, try to submit it to America's Funniest Home Videos because you never know if you're going to get on it. And why not? But thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you later. Bye!